falling on this beautiful fall day, but Jordan will give us a closer look at the hail that fell this weekend.
Coming up on RMU Live, we take a look inside one of America's scariest haunted houses, and you'll find out why what happens behind that door is so terrifying.
Coming up on RMU Live, some alums give their opinion on how the school has changed since their days here. Stick around.
Good afternoon and welcome back to RMU Live for Monday, October 6, 2014. I'm Hannah Smith.
And I'm Victoria Lomax. Now over to Jordan Worley with the weather.
So everyone's been saying it's hailing this weekend. We did technically have a form of hail, but what it was is it's actually recorded as snow. Take a look behind me. This is a report from the National Weather Service. We saw one of the earliest snowfalls to date. It's called Grapple, and if we go to the next screen, what the heck is Grapple? You may be thinking I'm talking about like a road or something. No. Grapple is one of the forms of precipitation that us meteorologists talk about. We have rain, snow, hail, sleet, and then last off we have Grapple. What Grapple is a form of precipitation. It's snow falling in the atmosphere, but then it turns into rain, and then it turns into sleet. Now sleet is something we hear a lot about this winter. This winter we're going to have a really cold mass of air come through, so we're probably going to see a lot more sleet. Take a look at the next map too, and this is a brief overview of what's going to happen today. Low pressure has a cold front coming through with a warm front. It's going to bring us rain today. It's dry right now. After 2 p.m. we should be seeing rain. We have also a hurricane called Hurricane Simon over near the Pacific. So that's going to bring us some more rain later this week, and I'll have my full forecast coming up. Now back to the news desk.
With Halloween quickly approaching, many of you will be looking for that extra shot of adrenaline going. Eddie Sheehy has more on why one of the country's most famous haunted houses will be just the right thing for you.
October is officially here, and that means 4 things. 1, pumpkin spice chai lattes. Number 2, pumpkins in general. 3, candy, and 4, haunted houses all across the country are opening up. One of them behind me, the Scare House in Etna, Pennsylvania, consistently ranked one of the scariest in the entire country, is now open for business, and we took a look inside at what changes they've made to make your visit even more frightening.
Every year, the Scare House tries to change an aspect of their haunt to keep it new and exciting for patrons. Currently, the Scare House features 3 separate attractions within their location: Pittsburgh Zombies, Creepo's Christmas, and the newly opened The Summoning, their biggest and most ambitious project to date.
Actually, all 3 of them are a little different this year. However, The Summoning is by far the big project. So we actually took out all of Forsaken, a piece of Creepo's Christmas, which we've had for the past 3 years, and a piece of Pittsburgh Zombies, which we've had for the past 3 years, and created one giant haunt called The Summoning.
The Summoning was built to be an interactive and immersive experience for guests. Cast members interact with you from the minute you enter, all the way through the maze of rooms and sets, putting you in the middle of the story. All of that makes for a thrilling and terrifying trip, but perhaps the most exciting thing about The Summoning is its potential in the future.
We normally change every 3 years, but this haunt will stay the same for a while, and then we'll just change sets and build on to it. So it's more of a platform to build bigger. It's just going to keep getting bigger and better.
And as if it wasn't clear to guests already, we asked the Scare House what separates their haunted houses from all the others, and their answer was simple.
It's our actors.
Everything's pretty calm outside the Scare House right now, but in 30 minutes when those doors open and people are allowed inside, that's all going to change. From there, we're going to hear nothing but screams from this line. Now, myself and my crew are about to enter, so wish us luck. Reporting outside the Scare House in Etna, Pennsylvania, I'm Eddie Sheehy for RMU Live.
Thanks, Eddie. I hope the bunny did not scare you too much. Be sure to check out scarehouse.com for hours and more information.
Be sure to check out RMUSentrymedia.com for colonial news, sports, lifestyles, tips for everyday living, and up-to-date election coverage on the gubernatorial race at RMUSentrymedia.com.
Well, despite the cold and rainy weather this past weekend, it did not stop alumni and students from enjoying the homecoming festivities. Friday night kicked off everything with the annual homecoming dance. The Colonials went head-to-head against Monmouth in this year's game, losing 51-20. At halftime, Neil Roman and Tori Della Valle were crowned king and queen, representing Kappa Delta Rho fraternity and Voci Italiani. Homecoming is not over yet on RMU Live, so be sure to stick around to find out what alumni had to say about the weekend.
Gunmen who opened fire on a car with children inside are on the run. The shooting happened Sunday on East Warrington Avenue in Knoxville. According to investigators, the 22-year-old intended target was driving when he was shot in the back. The victim then ran away from the car, leaving the 9 and 10-year-old children inside the vehicle. The victim was taken to UPMC Mercy Hospital, and the children remained unharmed. The shooters fled the scene in a white Ford Fusion. The driver was wearing a red or maroon hooded sweatshirt, and the front seat passenger was wearing a white hooded sweatshirt with black spots. 2 other men were also involved, and all of the men had their hair in dreadlocks. Anyone with information should contact Pittsburgh Police.
The respiratory virus that continues to sweep the country has taken the life of a 4-year-old boy in New Jersey. Eli Waller did not have any pre-existing conditions before contracting enterovirus 68, and it is unknown where he initially came in contact with the virus. Waller's parents are asking media for privacy at this time. The enterovirus 68 has caused more than 500 people to fall ill, most of them being children.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and RMU sorority Zeta Tau Alpha is making the campus pink in a big way.
Known as the time of color. Red, orange, yellow, brown, and pink. Yes, pink. Since 1985, October has been known as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and to some it has a little more meaning. I know a lot of our family, pretty much almost anyone's family member has been affected by it, friends. It's very common, so it's good to know all about the cause and raise awareness for it. So.
Well, my aunt had breast cancer twice, and she survived it both times, so I was through her with the whole experience and the chemo and everything, so I know what she went through, but it's just a hard thing.
Here at RMU, the month is chock full of events planned by the Zeta Tau Alpha sorority. The girls have a variety of events planned for the course of the month and encourage students to get involved with the cause.
This month, our biggest event that we're doing is 12 hours of pink on campus. We're going to have things going on. We have a Zumba-thon, we have a Think Pink Carnival where all different organizations on campus are having booths. Everyone can just come out, play games, win prizes, things like that. And then at the end of the night, we have RMU's Best Dance Duo, where Zetas are pairing up with fraternity men, and it's a dance competition. Everyone can come, they can text in their votes, and we'll have a winner from there.
Last year, they did like kind of a Zumba pink, like they threw like that powder stuff everywhere. I did that last year. It was a lot of fun. So buying, I think it was like $5 to register, and that was donated to the cause. So.
While you're making your rounds this month, make sure you check out all the posters for more information of what the Zetas have going on. Reporting from the Nicholson Lawn, I'm Audrey Gardner, RMU Sentry Media.
If you want to learn more about Breast Cancer Awareness Month, visit www.nationalbreastcancer.org.
Coming up on RMU Live, we have an update on the Flight 93 Memorial and why arson might not be the culprit.
Also, RMU underwent a multitude of changes over the past 20 years. Delaney Hassel talks to past colonials on what they think of the campus.
Interesting, of course. I am here with Romo. How are you doing today, Romo? Great. All right, so Romo, just a few questions. How do you think the game is going right now for the Colonials? All right, on top of that, like, what do you think about the play of Paul Jones and his defense just demolishing Morgan State right now? All right, well, you heard it here first. Romo with his insight to the game. Back to you guys.
Be sure to tune in to Colonial Sports Center every Thursday, 9:30 p.m. on RMUCentralMedia.com and Channel 98 around the Moon Township area.
Romo, have you downloaded the app?
Roma, have you seen this app?
Hey, have you seen the app yet? No? All right, put it down. I'll show you what you can do. All you have to do is install it, and it'll open up for you. My favorite part of it is the police blotter. Check this out. When you click into it, you're going to go right to the top left, and as soon as you click on it, everything will be there that you need, so you can stay safe.
Download the RMU Sentry Media app on the App Store. Roma likes it, and so will you.
ISIS fighters are attacking a Syrian city with tanks and heavy artillery. The city of Kobani carries a large symbolic and strategic weight between the Turkish border for ISIS. Turkey has tightened its defense up over the past few days and continues to block fleeing people from crossing the border. Kurdish Kobani official Idris Nassan said, quote, "We are afraid of this. We are obligated to defend our home, our town. We didn't choose this war, but we are obligated to fight."
A shipping container filled with $140,000 worth of medical equipment needed to fight the spread of the Ebola virus has yet to be given out to the affected people in Sierra Leone. The shipping container arrived in the port of Freetown August 9th and is waiting to be cleared by government officials. The shipment was organized by Shana Alfaba, an opposition politician in Sierra Leone, and it is believed approval of the shipment may have been delayed to prevent the opposition from scoring political points about their response to the outbreak of the Ebola virus. The Ebola virus has killed over 3,000 people in West Africa thus far.
Police are still looking for the suspect involved in the deadly police barrack ambush last month. 31-year-old Eric Franz has still managed to escape officials following an intense 5-square-mile manhunt in the dense woods of northeastern Pennsylvania. Police have found pipe bombs, 90 rounds of ammo, food, and clothes during their previous searches thus far.
An on-site investigation is ruling out arson and foul play in a fire that destroyed the Flight 93 National Memorial headquarters Friday. According to National Park Service spokesman Mike Littress, knowing the exact cause of the fire could take weeks. Park officials and Pennsylvania State Police are continuing to investigate the scene and salvage materials.
Homecoming is a time for RMU alumni to come home and reconnect and reminisce with fellow friends. But there is a lot of changes to campus that the alumni did not expect. Delaney Hassel has more.
Homecoming weekend without a football game and some tailgating. This past homecoming weekend, we went around and asked some alums what they think of RMU today. Tailgate Alley was filled with tents outside Joe Walton Stadium this past Saturday afternoon. Many alums were among the many students celebrating before the game. We asked them how it felt to be back on campus for homecoming weekend.
Oh, it's great. I played football 4 years, and it's nice to come back and see the team and everybody here. So it's nice to see what's changed. Everything's been changing here, so it's good.
It's definitely a good time. I mean, I played 4 years, so I never got to actually tailgate for any of my own games. So it's definitely a step up from what I used to do.
RMU campus is always changing. Between the addition of Wheatley, the new communications building, the gift of Bronze Bob from the class of 2013, and the groundbreaking on the new nursing building in recent years, alums who have come back for events such as homecoming have witnessed a large growth of RMU.
Oh my, yeah. I first came up here, I was first a student up here when I got out of the military in the 70s, and the campus was very small, and now with all the new buildings and everything, it's a real university now.
When we went here, there were just certain like management, being an accountant. It was basically a business school. Now these kids have a wide range of
engineering,
careers
nursing
that they can get into, and it's a great thing to see.
The president is taking it to another level, which is phenomenal.
Homecoming is a time for students new and old to come together to celebrate Robert Morris. From outside the Patrick Henry Center, I'm Delaney Hassel, RMU Sentry Media.
Thanks, Delaney. If you missed homecoming, do not worry. We have you covered. So be sure to check out RMUCentryMedia.com for a full photo gallery of the events from the weekend.
Thanks, guys. That's right. I did talk a little bit ago about snow, but we have some possibility of flooding in the forecast. My full forecast is coming up. Stay tuned.
And coming up after the break, we talk Steelers football as well as preseason hockey, and as well as the most decorated Olympian finding himself in the news for the wrong reasons. All that and more coming up after the break.
G-Morning, sunshine.
That is a...
Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did? Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes, Franz!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblams, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you.
Bobby? Susie?
Don't worry, that's just the power of the art!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit americansforthearts.org.
You ever think about buying a bigger place?
Just waiting for a visit from the credit fairy.
There is no credit fairy.
How else will I get a better credit score?
Look, you keep your credit card balances low and only open a new card if you really need it.
No fairy?
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there's help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org.
Yes, ready. Go get it.
Oh, come on, Randy. Animal shelter, here I come. And no, I'm not crazy or emotionally damaged. That's a stereotype. I just belong to a total loser. I'm a good dog. So if you want a pet, adopt. And if you see Randy, tell him he dropped his wallet.
Welcome back to RMU Live. I'm Kristen Colo with this week's wrap-up in sports. Yesterday was a crucial game for the Pittsburgh Steelers after coming off one of the most upsetting losses yet this season. Yesterday, the game against the Jacksonville Jaguars was a make it or break it for the Steel City. After trailing the entire first quarter, a Sean Sweesum 24-yard field goal would tie it up early in the second. Roethlisberger kept his team in check, leading them to a 17-9 win over the Jaguars, but it was the Steel City defense that kept them in the game, with 2 interceptions and 1 leading to a touchdown. The Pittsburgh Steelers take on the Cleveland Browns for the second time this season, Sunday at 1 p.m. The Pittsburgh Penguins concluded their preseason this past Friday with a 2-0 shutout win. The Pens split their preseason games with a solid 3-3 record. Pittsburgh played the entire preseason without their star center, Evgeny Malkin, and there is still no update on his status going into the regular season. The Penguins opened their regular season at home Thursday at 7 against the Anaheim Ducks. Olympic all-time gold medalist Michael Phelps found himself in the news once again for the wrong reasons this past week. Police arrested Phelps on a DUI charge early Tuesday, and Tuesday afternoon, Phelps released a statement saying, quote, "I understand the severity of my actions and take full responsibility. I know these words may not mean much right now, but I am deeply sorry to everyone I have let down," end quote. The 29-year-old Olympian plans to take some time away from swimming and will, quote, "attend a program that will provide the help I need to better understand myself," end quote. And that is it for this week's wrap-up in sports. Now over to Jordan with the weekly forecast. Jordan?
Thanks, Kristen. I just checked radar. There's a little bit of rain down toward the Morgantown, West Virginia area. We are going to see rain today. After 2 p.m., the showers start to move in. Go to tomorrow. We can see tomorrow we're going to have some chances of rain. Take a look at the 5-day forecast. We're going to see rain a lot this week. Today, tomorrow, 50% chance. We're going to close out the week. There's a tropical storm near the Pacific, and there's going to be some rain by the end of the week. Let's go back to the news desk.
Thanks, Jordan and Kristen, and from all of us here at RMU Live,
we'll see you next time.